Hello, son. It's been a while. These were the last words that Mr. Sanya told Martins, and you could see the shock that was on his face. Like he just didn't see this coming. Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Movies. This is Lydia, and I'm reviewing Abattoir season 3, episode 4. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and more updates. So, the episode started with Dele's father doing the hunt himself, like Barrister doing the hunt himself, because it is true, if you leave people to do things for you, their pace of doing it might upset you. The way they'll do it will also upset you. Like there are so many issues that comes with giving someone to do something for you. So now Barrister Adebola decided to do the hunt himself, decided to search for his son himself. So he goes to Excellence University and he's asking everyone. He has a picture of his son on he has printed a picture of his son and showing it to people. Unfortunately, he meets Kayode. At that meantime, if you remember the previous episode, Kayode had a very bad experience when he pointed a gun at Martins in the staff room. And Martins told him that he's not part of the third dimension. He has been molested. He told him his experience. So, and because he had a gun on him, and there was a police officer there, or there was an officer there, it's an offense. So he decided to run for his life. He decided to escape, and then that was when he met Dele's father. So that connection is still there. He's still in a very unstable mood when Barrister Adebola met him and then asking him about his son. And at that point, I was thinking Kayode will have remorse for taking Dele as a sacrifice. That was what I was thinking at that point. But it's like that wasn't what he was even thinking about. His point was the fact that Martins might be in the third dimension. Martins might be in an occult, and he has gone to trigger an occult, and he's having sleepless nights. So, unfortunately, that wasn't how Kayode reacted. But I think that what Barrister Adebola is doing for his son is what he should have done. That's in addition to praying for his son, because if you sit back and then expect that the officer will do everything for you, when you have a direct relationship with someone, you know how to tackle with it. Like you know how to tackle the issue when it becomes critical, and that is what Barrister Adebola is doing. He has put his feet on the ground and he's doing the research himself. Now moving forward, the officer is having an interrogation with Martins, and then I think that the way he was asking Martins the question was quite annoying, because you know that the school, there are spiritual realms that is involved in the kidnapping. So if Martins is answering the question and he's mentioning scary things, it's either you listen and you don't interfere, because you should be open for this. Because if a school is experiencing sacrifices and all that, who will sacrifice just like that? Human sacrifice. Like if you are using humans as sacrifices, then it means it's a spiritual thing. So why is that when Martins opens up to explain things to you, like you are not a fan of horror movies? I felt that what the officer did was quite unprofessional, because if you are doing investigation, every information counts. Even if the person is cooking something for you, the person is just giving you random story, I feel it is very important when you are doing your investigation. So he's snubbing Martins' story that she's not a fan of occult, he's not a fan of horror movies. I think that she didn't do well. So I think the officer has more to do on that, because in investigation, every information is important, every detail is important. Why is Kayode hunting Martins? Why is someone with a gun hunting Martins? He decides to tell you the story and then you snub his story that you're not a fan of horror movies. I really didn't like what she did. Moving forward, now Barrister Adebola, like he doesn't know what to do. He has put his feet on the ground, so he wants to do the things himself. He went to see the registrar. So not knowing this registrar, when parents are coming to see him, he rubs his eyes with rub. That rub is minty, so it will naturally make you teary or to give you red eyes, so that the parents also feel the affection, that like you also feel that you're not in the tears alone, you're not crying alone. And I feel that, oh really, like do you need to act up like this far? But Barrister shows up in registrar's office, and then they were having a communication. He said we are working on it. The police said they are doing their work and all that. In the first instance, I thought that the barrister didn't really trust him because of his his actions, his attitude and all that. So in the first instance, the barrister's communication wasn't so flowing, like it wasn't flowing, because I thought that he didn't trust the registrar. But finally, when they shook hands, like he was leaving, I was like, yeah, it really, really got sense. I was like, didn't you see? It's like, didn't you see that there's something wrong with this registrar? Like, he's just too fake. He's really, really fake. But anyway, everyone and what he or she looks out for in a conversation. Some people, they really spot everything about you within just one convo. And some people too, unless you talk to them for about a month or two before they'll know some details about you. Now, this is where barrister should have done from onset. Barrister goes to see Baba Gbenro. Okay, yes, Baba Gbenro knows about Dele's issue. Like, he knows that Dele is missing, yes. But for barrister to walk to the house and report and say, please, I need guidance, this is when he did it. Because the first one he was giving the information, he gave it over the phone. And I felt that it's good that he called Baba Gbenro and gave him that information. Then he went all the way there to tell him. And Baba Gbenro and what he does, he will encourage you, give you the motivation that you need. Because after all, what can he do? He can't do more than what he's doing. He can't do more than pray for you. He can't do more than give you the assurance that God is going to do it for you. So Baba Gbenro, I think his words are soothing, and he doesn't just give you mere words. He actually prays for you. He backs his words with prayers. And I feel that Barrister Adebola did the perfect thing by going to see Baba Gbenro instead of being on the officer left, right, like being on her literally. So Barrister Adebola, you see, sometimes when you're in crucial moments, it's either you make random decisions or you're able to think through the right things that you need in life. Now, Mr. Sanya is having scary dreams. He's been having scary dreams for a while now, but this time around, the dream is about seeing his own self, telling him that it's time to go. Like, really? It's time to go like that? Like, if that is how... if that is how people lose their lives, like, it will be too close. Like, you just be sleeping, you have a dream, yourself will tell you it's time to go, and then you pack your things. Spiritually. And I'm happy that he said no, he's not willing to go. He is not willing to go anywhere because he feels there's a mission. And we all see how he's always giving the assurance that he and his son will conquer this third dimension, these secret chambers and all that. He actually feels the conviction to do this, even though he's not stable, like financially, physically, mentally. I feel he has this conviction, he has this faith. He believes so much in Martins that if he gets close to Martins, something will lead to something else. And then his motive, what he has done to Martins and all that, he can ask for forgiveness. Yes, and then, it will lead to something more positive. So I'm happy that Mr. Sanya he took the lead himself. Now, I've given you money. I've given you cash to do something for me, to do a project for me, to do a sacrifice for me. Now it's taking too long. I tell you that, what's up with the sacrifice? You tell me you're working on it. Who does that? And Bade doesn't really seem to understand that getting Martins is not an easy job. It's not like ABC or 1, 2, 3. It is physics, it is chemistry, it is spirituality. Like, you need to add everything before, you need to be calculative before you get Martins. I think Bade knows that, but he's a coward, so he has given that mandate to someone, like that's privilege to someone to go and get Martins, and he will be at the back end, take all the names just because he has paid someone to do the dirty job. And now that Rambo also knows the history of Martins, that is from what Kayode told him. That is how rumors spread. People say what they think, and then the final person combines everything, and then it becomes a completely false story. But when you look deep inside, there's an iota of truth in it. Now, Rambo has called Registrar. Registrar, there's a lecturer in your school who is on my list. Who is that lecturer? Martins. Really? So Martins is on your list. Martins. So that is when they started spreading wrong information. Registrar finds out that Martins Martins' father is Mr. Sanya. Mr. Sanya is the one who recruited him into the occultic movement. oh, this is good news, because if I've been trying to be promoted in this business for 3 years and it has been to no avail, and the person who recruited me has a son in my school, he's actually under me, then this is the opportunity for me to use. And this shows how damn the registrar is, because you just call Martins, he's acting all funny, he's acting innocent about what you are accusing him of, or what you think he is, and you still go ahead and then pour everything out, like you blatantly tell him your entire secret. I'm like, really? And that time Martins was shocked. Yes, obviously you'll be shocked. Like, he's the least expected person for you to think that he could be in an occultic movement. So I understand the fact that Martins didn't take any recording or all that stuff, because he was shocked. Like, the thing just happened to him out of the blue. So yeah, that's how it happens when you're doing something bad. It is your most unexpected moment that you'll be caught. Like, when you think you have been so secured, so sure that you have put everything in place, it is your most unexpected moment that you'll be caught. Did you see the face on Flora's face when Martin saw him? Oh, Jesus! Like, I was like, really? This is I really enjoyed this episode. It was good. You know, Flora is making the effort to go into the university, and for her to choose that particular university, we all know the reason. She wants to share Christ. Like, she's really serious about her repentance. And when she saw Martins as a lecturer, she was just, that grinding your teeth. What's happening? And then Martins to just sees her. Jesus, like, I wish I could put this part in the video, because it was so nice. The way Martins shouted, Jesus, like, okay. So now Martins needs to just take a deep breath. That now I have too many troubles in my hands. Coming into this school, someone wants to get rid of me. I've seen Flora, someone who made me pass through a whole lot of trouble. Now the registrar is also is an occult. Like, someone is hunting. Like, Martins is going through a lot. So you go to school and all this drama, you have to go back home, and then the good thing is that you have Abattoir. He's always there to support you, pray for you, advise you. Like, Abattoir is actually God sent. So let's go back to the story on hand. So Martin sees Flora. He was shocked. Like, he was very, very, very shocked. Obviously, he was so shocked. I think he would try to keep distance, because we learn from our mistakes. Something you think you are helping the person, and it turns out that the person used that help against you. You definitely have to keep distance. Yeah. Now Flora is also, she has already started her mission. This is her entrance exam, and she has already started her mission, talking to people about Christ. And I feel that her sister is surprised. She feels it is too fast. That is why her support is not full. Like, that's why she has doubt that Flora will succeed in this quest to spread the word of God, because how can you be just cold and you suddenly become hot? It's a process. You need to be boiled, and even the boiling doesn't happen in minutes, in seconds. It takes time. So Sandra is really having doubts because Flora's transition is too rapid for her. Yes, she's human, so her way of thinking is limited. As compared to the thinking of Christ. Yeah. So the last part that I was before the last part, Kayode had a dream, and then an angel spoke to Kayode that I'll send a servant to come and speak to you. That scene was very funny. Like, it was very, very funny. Kayode is looking so confused. Someone knocks. Okay, I'm sharing this. Are you the one God sent? Are you God's servant? In as much as Flora is really into Christ now, she really needs to understand certain terms, and that's why her sister is always arguing with her. No, I'm not one servant. Like, did you get it? Like, she didn't really get the concept that Kayode was trying to create. So Flora needs guidance. I always say that Flora needs guidance. Yes, she needs this molding, understanding the human concept, because yes, she really, really needs molding. That scene was very funny, but eventually they were able to finalize on it. Kayode said he's going to pull Flora into his room by force. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? And Flora also misinterpreted what he tried to mean, that she actually thought Kayode was going to abuse her. And yeah, so the most interesting part, Registrar feels that now he's getting closer to his success. He has seen Mr. Sanya's son, so he needs to, boast with it a little. He calls Mr. Sanya and tells him that your son is in my school and whatsoever, that conversation continues. Now, Mr. Sanya takes the lead to come to Martin's school just because he wants to see Martin. This is the final part that I was really I didn't want them to end on Kayode. I wanted to see some suspense. Martin's, hello son, I forgot to, but hello son. Martin's was shocked. I'm just praying that the registrar will find out that Martins is not in the third dimension that he was expecting. He has told him all his secrets. I just pray he'll find out. Anyway, so this is how the Abattoir season 3 episode 4 went. It was terrific. It was interesting. It was really, really interesting. Now let me give you some expectations, what I think that will happen in the next episode 5. Next week, Sunday, for 11 a.m. or 10:30. It's between 10 to 11 at that time. So now I like what Barrister Adebola is doing. He has put his feet on the ground. He's not relaxing for someone to do a miracle for him. He has really, really put his feet on the ground, going to the school, going to Baragbenro. Now that Baragbenro has been involved spiritually in person, I feel that the spiritual search is going to be quickened. Looking at Dele's side, Dele is the stubborn person now. Yes, because if I'm a kidnapper and I tell you to sit, you don't sit, you'll be the first person on my list, because I'll want to get rid of you so that you don't become a nuisance to me and you don't bring me so much trouble. So I think it's when they try to do something to Dele, that is when they'll see the true power. That's when they'll see the prayers that Dele has been praying for come into action. Because right now, Dele is praying, he's not seeing any results and all that, but I feel that the kidnappers also need to see something that will make them know that they are messing with the wrong person. And this comes in affiliation with the fact that Baba Benro and Barrister Adebola will be praying earnestly for their son. And now Martins is also involved, praying earnestly for their son. Officer also knows that Registrar is a suspect, and now they have Rambo's contacts. The movie is just getting interesting and more interesting. Now, talking about Martins and then Mr. Sanya, they meeting at the final part. I have no idea how this is going to end, but I think Martin is going to be very upset. But he wouldn't want the registrar to know. You cannot show your true character, or you cannot show your anger in front of your superior or something. He will need to control himself because he's in front of his boss. So maybe you ask, what are you doing here? The general questions is a general follow-up, general inquiry. What are you doing here? Why are you in my school? And then Mr. Sanya will ask for forgiveness and all that. But I think it will take a while before Martins will process everything, because he has really been through a lot. What he's been through in life is something that needs time to heal. Spiritually, you can heal fast, but physically and mentally, you really, really need time to heal. The officer, I hope that this time around she's going to take Martin seriously, because I don't see why she's investigating an issue and every detail is not important to her, because she keeps ignoring some of the things Martin says. When Martin says something, she ignores it. When Martin is those things. And now, talking about my perfect people now, Flora and then Kayode. I think Kayode is gradually getting the revelation of life. He's seen the mistake he has done. And I also believe that Kayode will be the one to go for Dele. I send you, I bring you back, because I'm not seeing the point. If I've sent you for protection and then they tell me they can't protect me anymore, then let me just go for my thing back. I mean, it's fair. It's a fair deal. Though he passed through a lot of pain and a lot of tribulations, I feel that maybe Kayode will be the one to go for Dele from where he's been kidnapped. My name is Lydia. What are your thoughts on Abattoir season 3 episode 4? I really enjoyed this one. I really, really enjoyed. I'm sure you also did. Let me know what you think about the entire episode, and I'll be giving my subsequent story reviews on this particular episode. So I'll talk about Flora and Martins in the same school. Now, right now, they've met each other. I'll also talk about Kayode's repentance. I'll talk about Dele Like, I'll talk about almost all the characters in subsequent videos. So after this video, please turn on your notification bell so when I upload, you get notified. If this is the first time you see my face, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll be ending here for today. If you're new to this channel, I can't stress on it enough. Bye.